Big moves are coming next week. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to talk about our plans for the upcoming trading week. If you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate at least $600 in revenue. We do this through selling cash secured puts, covered calls, and collecting high yield dividends. This is how we generate our income. So for this upcoming week, we have two contracts set to expire. A $7 put on FSLY, which again, that means we're agreeing to buy this stock for $7 per share. It's currently trading at $7.72. So what I like to try to do is roll the position. So I would hit trade, roll options, and I like to go 30 to 60 days out. So let's look at that October 10th time range. If we would roll it till the 10th, we would get paid another, let's say $30, we'll round up to the high end. We would get paid a $30 credit, which is on top of the $48 credit we collected when we opened the position. Every time we roll it, we get paid another credit. But we really need the stock to pull back down a little bit. And my time in investing, usually September is either a flat or a down month, which down months are great for selling cash secured put. You want to make sure you have cash on the sideline, which I do. I have about $32,000 on the sideline. RIG, we have two contracts here. $3 strike, which means, again, we're agreeing to buy it for $3 a share. It's currently trading at $3.02. That's perfect. That is a perfect position for us to roll it to. It's close to the strike price. What if we would roll this out to October 10th, the $3 strike? We could get paid around $25 per contract. So we would get paid about $50 for our two contracts. That's $50 on top of how much we collect. We collected $44 for the two of them. So we would collect about $94 just on opening the position and rolling it once. That's pretty awesome. Getting paid just to agree to buy a stock. Can't beat it. Also, we are going to fund our position in ULTY. We're doing daily buys there. We're going to continue to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shares every day. We're not going to buy that many each day, but by allowing us to make daily buys, we can lower our dollar cost average while still investing into the fund. What we did with that big payout, you see $380 we got paid out from ULTY last week. We collected $670 total between selling options and collecting dividends. What we did with that is we put it into TSYY, which is our newest dividend payer. We have 51 shares, average cost of $8.36. The goal is every week when we get paid out with ULTY, we're going to reinvest that into the TSYY dividend payer, and we're going to get that to 500 shares. So we got 51 shares the first week, and as long as we reinvest TSY dividends back into itself, along with the ULTY shares, I expect us to have 500 shares of TSYY within 8 weeks, which will then give us another, right around $50, $100 a week, depending what they pay out, which is fantastic. So we are using one dividend paying fund to build another. We're using option selling to build that first one. Combining all these tools together allow us to fund our account and continue to grow our account. Always remember, I always have to preface this, my trades are my opinions. They should never be taken as financial advice. That being said, I'm going to continue to sell options this week, so we're going to definitely roll RIG. The other thing I was looking at doing is I'm looking at selling a cash secured put on TSLL. I do have two contracts open, one at the $8 strike. That's really low, which again, that means I'm agreeing to buy it for $8 a share, and I have one at the $12 strike. If I were to do a 1 week, let's see, expire September 5th, for the $12 strike, I get paid $34 for a 1 week contract. Honestly, that seems like a pretty good deal. So we would take the $34 from that, possibly another $50 from RIG, which would give us, let's see, what did I say from TSL? 34. So $84 for the week right there, just between those two positions. And if I were to roll FSLY, which I might not if it doesn't come down, the closer it gets to $7, the larger the credit I will collect on the position. But if it doesn't come down at all, my credit's not going to get any bigger because it's far enough away from the 7. I might let it expire worthless, which means I get the cash back. Every time you sell an option, you have to give collateral. That's why it's cash secured, which it's 100 times 7, which is $700 of collateral held by the market while I have my position open, while the contract is open. So while I wait to make that decision, I'll make a couple other option moves probably on Tuesday. Don't forget, Monday, the market is closed, Labor Day, so we only have 4 days to make our $600 this week. Am I worried? Not at all. I have no doubt in my mind we will hit that $600 week like we have now for 32 straight weeks. Make sure you check my video that I posted yesterday where I show my running total. Every week I show my running total, and obviously pretty much every video I show my trade history. Full transparency. You can see what we have this week. Oh, I forgot. I do have BLMN, a dividend that I'm getting $15 from. This is a stock that I sold a cash secured put on, which meant I agreed to buy it. I rolled it like twice, then I got assigned, so I did buy it. And now I'm selling covered calls on it, which means I'm agreeing to sell it. And on top of that, while I own it, because I'm selling covered calls on it, I have to own it. I'm owning it. I'm getting paid a dividend. So it's like I'm getting 3 payments from this one stock. That's an awesome investment. I love those type of plays. So I got to factor that in for my week. So I'll get $15 there. But last week, as you can see, $61 from MSTY, $308 from ULTY in dividends. Our JetBlue $4 put expired worthless. We agreed to buy it for $4 a share. It didn't come down to that, so it expired worthless. The market's not going to have me buy something cheaper than it's selling it for, so I get my $400 of collateral that the market held back, and I'm going to reuse it to sell another cash secured put this week. You can see our buys on TSYY, ULTY, things like that, and then you can see our cash secured put that we sold on Monday, 63, 90, and another 50 in there. So I tried, Peloton 80, that's what it was. So I usually make all my moves in terms of option selling the first day the market is open. You don't have to do that. Monday I like to do that. Just make my moves, sell my options. And then on Wednesday, I find out how much we're going to get paid on dividends for that week. And then from there, I'll have an idea of how much I need to get to my $600 goal. If ULTY continues to pay around that 10 cent or a little bit under, we're going to get between that $350 to $400 every single week right there. And MSTY pays once a month, and now we've added TSYY to the portfolio, which means now we have another fund that's going to pay weekly, and it'll just help to continue to grow the account, and then we'll go from $600 minimum every week to $700 to $800. It happens over time. It doesn't happen all at once, but it'll just start to compound and roll like a snowball going downhill, which is awesome. That's why I love investing for income. As I always say, invest for income or invest for growth. Don't try to identify a stock that does both, because I think you're missing upward potentials on either side. If you're investing in a company that does, says they do both, they're probably not paying out as much income as you can generate. Or on the flip side, they're not going to go as high as they could as a growth stock if they're paying out a high income. So invest for income and invest for growth. Don't try to combine them into one investment. And that's my personal opinion. Other people have different opinions on that. Real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to my premium generals. Take a look at this list here. Beautiful people. Have a ton of private videos in there, as well as a bunch of posts and discussions, all the trades I make. We're bouncing trade ideas off. Everybody's going to post some of their own ideas in there. A community that we can all grow together with, $10 a month. So I think it's an awesome move. And if you're somebody that wants a little bit more one-on-one in-depth coaching, I do have a Fiverr course, and that's a much more in-depth educational course on selling options. And like I said, it's one-on-one, customizable, help you learn the terminologies, behind selling options, as well as become comfortable in identifying options and selling puts on, and then building your own list to sell options on. So I think both opportunities I think are great. But either way, even if you don't want to be a part of those groups, just subscribing to the channel goes a long way. And I truly do appreciate every single one of you, especially people leaving comments. I love the discussions. I love when people say, hey, I got paid this much in dividends. I love that. Let's all continue to grow. And with that being said, don't forget, tomorrow's Labor Day. The market is closed. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next one.